Here yet.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll give it a moment. I think we're live. Yay, we are live. Yay. We'll give everybody a moment to join in. I'm going to share this just so people can see, can find us. Okay, so if anybody's here, please say hi and let us know that you're joining us. We would love to know who is here with us today. I'm going to share this on my page. And yes, we'll see. We'll see who's here. Usually it takes a moment. There's just like a little bit of a delay. So, but I have the comments here. We'll see if anybody shows up. So good morning, everybody. Well, good morning from the US. Good
Yeah.
evening, I guess, from
Good evening
Ukraine.
from Ukraine. Good evening from Europe.
Yay! I am here with Maria. And as soon as we know that some people have found us and that we are actually live, we will get started with today's interview so you can meet this fabulous person, this wonderful dancer and beautiful teacher. So I just want to make sure because sometimes, I don't know, it says, sometimes you go live and it's only private, and I would hate to have a whole interview and nobody sees it. Nora, hello. Nora has joined us. So she can see us. Perfect. So when you're joining, hi Inga, when you have joined, if you don't mind sharing this so that other people can find us as well, the Fat Chance Bellydance Style University Facebook page is not as well known yet because there are so many pages and so many Fat Chance related pages out there.
Yeah.
I think people don't know we're here yet. Okay, so we have Nora, Inga, and hi, McKenna. Hi, McKenna. All right, so welcome, Maria. It's so good to finally see you and have this wonderful conversation. How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm great. Thank you so much. And I'm very happy to meet you and yeah, have this nice conversation. And thank you for inviting me to the Fat Chance University. It's a big honor for me.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you're here. I have, of course, been watching your videos over the years and saw a lot of your advertising of your really amazing drill classes and intensives that you have put together, and just really have enjoyed watching you over the years. And I really just wanted to reach out and see if you were interested in putting some of your, I know that you specialize in a lot of different areas, but really focusing in on the drills that I know will help people so much, at least for now, right? Focusing in on some drills and headdress because your costuming is always so amazing as well. So really, really happy to have you here on the Fat Chance Bellydance Style University team. And so I know that you probably travel a lot more in Europe and Eastern Europe for festivals. So a lot of other students around the world might not know who you are, or maybe they've seen videos, but they don't know a lot about you. So I would love to start by just telling us a little bit about you, where you're from, where you live, when did you find this style of dance?
Oh, that's a big journey. So I'm Maria Fomina from Ukraine, and now I'm Fat Chance certified instructor. But many, many, many years before, I even I've not been a dancer for all my life. So I think when I was a teenager, I was interested in belly dance, in Oriental dance, and it was very popular those times in my country and maybe around the world with this um, soap opera clone and other like Shakira, other artists that were promoting all this Oriental um, mood. And so I was very interested in that, and I started like an Oriental dancer. And even before I started to go to the classes, I was like improvising at home. My boyfriend, he brought me from Turkey this belt with the coins. And I was just improvising, trying to do something at home, and I was dancing and like turning the music, you know, and I was watching some DVDs and videos because just the internet is just, you know, came within years, because before it was very difficult to connect and just to have some information. And I was like studying on my own, and then I started to go to regular classes to my belly dance teacher, and I was very into it, and I was performing with my group, and she always was into improvisation too. So I think I was kind of fond of improv. And then I met Tribal Fusion Style. So before the Fat Chance Bellydance instructor, I've been the Tribal Fusion dancer for many years, and I was dancing both styles. And I just thought about choosing something, and Tribal Fusion was very interesting for me. Like, you know, I think that period of Oriental things, like it wasn't that popular maybe in some years. So more electronic music, like, you know, Rachel Bryce choices of music, that those times, and these crazy costumes where you can connect everything and you can create any character, you know. So it was like a lot of things you can do with tribal, and that was very interesting for me. And I quit with belly dance, but I was even like judging competitions in Oriental at Oriental festivals. But then I just stopped that and continued my dance career in tribal fusion. And like there were more information about the ATS. It was called that days, ATS, American Tribal Style. But you know, it was like lack of information, like little information, and sometimes it was not correct information, and it was very difficult to study this format. And we've seen many troops performing kind of improvisation, or we thought maybe it is simple choreographies. Yeah, because like we didn't understand, and even we couldn't understand which format is it. Like, you know, now we know that there are a lot of formats of group improvisation, but those times, like, we didn't understand that, like Fat Chance format, or maybe like Kajira, what was Black Sheep doing, or whatever. So sometimes we even mixed all that, and we tried to study from maybe some videos, from YouTube videos, and from the DVDs, because I think Kajira DVDs, they appeared first in my region. And you know, we like in my region, in Ukraine, Russia, and all the neighbor countries, like we tried to do a mix of all that formats. And sometimes it was a choreography, and sometimes maybe we tried to do some improvisations, but they're funny videos of those times of dancing. Like I always have a big smile when I rewatch my old videos and my troupe videos. Yeah, and then maybe I think it was 2009, and I wanted to do some like big event in my country, like something international, and bring teachers from abroad, because like now with online you can reach to any teacher and get the information, but those times you could do this only by visiting the workshops, and it is like those times it was very complicated to go to United States or even to Europe because of the visa and everything. So I wanted to bring teachers to my country to get this information, to educate our community. And it was Filippa Morai who came to Tribal Weekend Festival in 2009. Actually, it was, I think they were like a little group those times with Jessie Super Strandrich.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't remember the name, like Terzi Morai or no. What was that
I know.
name?
I forgot the name, but they used to. Yes.
Yeah, they performed like a duet, like yes. But I think Jessie had something with your passport issues, and just Philippa came alone, and she was our first international teacher in Ukraine of pure format of ADS, of American tribal style. And from that year, I started to learn more about this format and started to teach both like tribal fusion and ADS. And then in 2013, I wanted to go to do the general skills and business of ADS. And I couldn't reach something like workshops here in Europe, only in United States. And I applied for my visa, and first time there was no visa, like they canceled. Yeah, so it was very complicated to do the visa thing. But with the second application, like they gave me the visa, and I was super happy. And I went to Tribal Fest in Sebastopol that year, and to Michigan to study with Carolena and Megha. They were teaching together. This intensive, and I think I was a lucky girl to visit this intensive because I got the information, from Carolina and from Megha, and I was very detailed in my notes and everything. Like, I was like eating with my eyes. And I was in the first row, and I was just, I can't describe, like like trying to get everything, because it was so hard to get there, and it was pretty expensive that days too, all that course. And that year I've been 2 times to United States and visiting the Fat Chance studio. Yes, that old one in this historical place.
Yeah.
And I remember our class. I think Anita was teaching that time together with Nericcio and Yuka. Yeah, so I was a student together with them. That was so nice. I met them. So yeah. So I think from 2013, my big ADS journey started. So I think nowadays I'm more known for American tribal style, for FCBD style. But yeah, years before I was a tribal fusion dancer, like teaching workshops, traveling around the world with tribal fusion. But then after this certification, I tried to do both styles, and till nowadays I'm teaching both. And I think this is maybe one of the reasons why maybe my way of teaching is maybe a little bit different to the others, because I had a very big experience before, like in tribal fusion. So I studied, oh my gosh, I studied so much. Yeah, I can't even tell you how much hours. Yeah, so I
What a
try
beautiful
to
story.
study everywhere I go, because there were no online classes, so I traveled a lot and studied like, how to say that, offline or
Yeah.
live. So yeah, and I think American tribal style was very close uh, in the way of the improvisation, because I told you before that I really liked to improvise before, but that was very complicated when I started, because you didn't know the rules,
Mm.
and all the things. It was kind of a mess of the
Right.
information. And yeah, and then, like, when you study it, when you understand, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. And
Yes.
I always tell it to my students that you will love it like forever, because it's so much joy, and in just improvising. When you know all that alphabet, when you know all that vocabulary, you know what to do, you just enjoy.
Yes. Oh, I love that so much. And so many people, I hear people say, I moved to an area and there was no ATS, no Fat Chance style. Or when I started, I had to learn from VHS. And it's interesting to hear like the obstacles that we had here in the US, which was pretty much just, oh, we had to learn from VHS, or it was hard to find somebody to teach us. But obstacles in the Ukraine and in Russia and in that kind of part of the world, you're pretty much just trying to piece things together without understanding there's different styles, and though that's choreography, that one's not, that one doesn't count. And all of those.
Yeah.
So I can
Yes,
imagine when you finally get that information, yeah, I would be the
I
same. I would
was
just be
so
like, I've been
excited.
waiting for this.
Really, I was so excited. I was super happy that I made it. And I had such a feeling like I need to do this. Like, I need to find money and I need to get that visa. I just need to go now. Like, I don't know why, why I had such feelings, but maybe like because the next year I was pregnant and then I had a kid. So maybe it was like in right time. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because after that, that would have been so much harder to travel and to have the little one to travel with or to leave, so oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
we're separate. We're very glad that you learned it, and we're very glad that you were able to travel to the US
Oh,
and take
yes.
those classes. How great that you got to go to Tribal Fest and see so much in action, like live. And I'm sure you saw the performances with Carolena and Fat Chance back in 2013, when it was like a lot of the people that, when people think about Fat Chance, they think about like the OG Fat Chance, and you got to see them. And then you got to go and you got to study with Carolena and Megha for general skills. So very, very cool. I love that story. I have a similar story that I won't go into, but there was a point in time where I was taking 3 different belly dance classes a week. One was Oriental style, one was tribal fusion, and one was ATS, because I didn't know what the differences were, or I didn't know which teacher I liked the best, and all of those things. So yeah, and then ultimately it was the group improvisation and the beauty of being able to connect with other people and not stress out about choreography. Because it's true, once you learn the vocabulary and the language, it's just, I mean, it's joy anyway, but then you can really just let everything go and just have a great time.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
read some of the comments. Everybody's saying hi. So hi, Bridget. I think I said hi, Miyuki. Hi, Miyuki. Bridget. Hello, Tina and Ross. Hi, Alina. She loves your yellow nails, by the way. Ross says, happy to join and meet Maria again. I was in the turban workshop in Milan by Francesca. So we'll talk about some of the workshops that you have coming out on FCBDU, and I think Ross will enjoy, of course, all of them, but we'll talk about another one that's coming out. Inga says, Maria is always super detailed. That's why we want her here with us. Lisi is sending you hearts, and Nora says, now technology and pandemic are bringing us together, something to be thankful for. And Inga says, absolutely. Hi, SE. Hi, Sarah. I totally agree, Nora. Like, this is a really horrible, hard time for us all to go through, and we're all dealing with our own individual challenges and like this collective way. And for artists and for dancers, especially those of us that are group dancers and we dance a style because we like to dance with other people, it's really been a challenge. But look how amazing we took this challenge and we were like, no, we're fixing this. and now we're able to take classes with anybody online on any subject, on any topic, from technique to just flow to costuming to cultures to finger symbols. So many wonderful opportunities that we were able to let opportunities happen instead of everybody just shutting down, you know. So
I'm very happy for the new students that they just start to study this format, because they have all the information that we didn't have those times. Yeah,
that's true, right? How grateful. We should all be very grateful that we didn't have to just rely on an unstable internet connection and watching random videos without really understanding. Right now we have all of this information in just a click.
Yeah, just take it.
A lot of us had to work really hard to get the information that's now just like really easy to find. So some of the other comments, Nora says, like you and me, for example. Yes, Nora and I met for the first time just through internet. Hello, Soraya. Bridget says, Maria is a great teacher and her perspective on body movement and aesthetics of dance are really refreshing and expect to work hard. I have really enjoyed studying with her when I can over this last year. And thank you, Bridget, for that. And I do want to mention, because I think this is really super important. So part of my goal for FCBDU is to showcase instructors, not only like really well-known instructors that we all, love. Carolena, Megha's classes, Anita has a class on there, but also to help showcase instructors that are really solid, wonderful instructors that maybe live in a part of the world where they don't get to come to the US or go to South America or go to Europe or vice versa. Like maybe there are instructors in South America that people don't know about, but they're amazing. And so to have a place that can introduce the world, not that people don't know you, but introduce the rest of the world to people that don't know you and give them the opportunity to take some classes and then find you. So the way that I find these instructors is, of course, the ones that I know that I've taken classes with and was just blown away, and they need to be showcased. And also through conversations with other people that I know and I trust for their opinion. So in fact, Bridget messaged me last year and said, hey, you need to check out Maria's classes if you have not before. And so I appreciate it, Bridget. And so that just goes to show that if you have a suggestion for instructors that you have really enjoyed and have really warmed your heart and you just are like, people need to know about them, like just let us know because we want to know about them as well. So yes, so thank you, Bridget, for that comment. And then Inga says, so grateful for full FCBD in my life. or so grateful for FCBD in my life, and for you too, Deanna and Maria, amazing artists and teachers. Thank you, Inga. And I love my teacher and dear friend, Bridget. So Inga and Bridget danced together just in California, so just a little south. So let's talk about some of the things that you're bringing to FCBDU. I'm really excited about the class that we're going to release today, which is an hour-long class on arm drills. And I am, of course, an anatomy detailed nerd. I love all things to really get people to think about movements differently, or to connect with them in a different way, or to experience the movements differently in their body and realize that they can do it. It was just a matter of finding more mobility or finding a different way to work within their own structure. And so I love your drills because they're so unique in the way that you lay them out. And they really get you connecting in a different way. So can you tell us a little bit about this arm drill class? And then I'd love to hear more about also the arm drill intensive that you're teaching separately. So we'd love to hear about that.
Okay, so at Armberg Class, I'm bringing slow and fast moves together and covering like what our hand, wrist, fingers are doing in detailed way. And I'm giving some working, like pretty good exercise drills to work on the wrist mobility, on the visualization, and how to feel the right muscles that we are using special props for our drills. Yeah, and we are working a little bit also on the musicality. So it was very difficult to have everything in 1 hour class. So it's just like the top of the iceberg, right? And ice rock, yeah.
Yeah.
And I really hope it will help you to enrich your practice, to have more attention, to bring more attention to your arms while you're dancing with your body, moving your hips and your chest. Because sometimes when we study new moves, we are more into the angles and this like the way of how our body is moving, what is working there. And we have maybe this arm position specific to this move, but we are not having enough time to go deeper into the arm work, really. And it was also like, it was always my big topic when I was a tribal fusion dancer, like the arms. I educated myself a lot, and I was also teaching a lot arm intensives in tribal fusion, and I was very well known for like, I don't know, snaky, smooth, milky arms in tribal fusion. And I think this brings to my FCBD style performances, working with my arms, this flavor of my previous experience. And also my troupe, they always been calling like kind of a professional troupe because of how they've been dressed and their posture and their presentation, and then their arms. So people talked about that a lot, and we worked a lot at the classes. So we had a lot of time for practicing the arms and the synchronous in arms too. Yes, so I had a lot of information to share. And I had, during the pandemic, I had an idea to also work on the online intensive, like something big that could take maybe 3 months long to go very deep, because like you need 20 days or more. If you repeat something, if you do it regularly, it will stay with you. Like every skill that you want to work on. So here you have like 3 months long intensive that I created last year, my new arms intensives, because your arms will you will get new arms. Like this, I promise. I promise that. And students that were doing that intensive, they are very excited with the information that they had, because I wanted to start actually with more information on just arms. Like, for example, if you know already the move, like what do you need to do? For example, the body wave, we're just talking about how to layer the arms on it. But then like you have different level of students. Some they just want to learn this format. Some are very advanced. So it appeared that I put more information into the classes. Like I started from very beginning, and like I layered everything. Like you can even learn how to do this move and drill the arms for this move. So it's not just the arms. You will learn all the slow vocabulary with more accent on the arms. So yeah. I would say now like this, because when I was filming, recording the videos, it appeared like in a different way that I wanted at the beginning. And yeah, so it's like 1 hour class dedicated to one move. So you very go deep into the specific warm-up, and also what is your body doing, because it is very difficult to layer the arms on it if you don't know what to do with your body, or you're doing wrong, because everything is connected. Like your arms, it will affect the arm work if you're doing something different with your body, something wrong with your body. So that's why I started from the beginning. So layered everything. So it appeared a very big, huge intensive, and I'm very happy with it, and the students too. And for the FCBD community, FCBDU community, I want to share the promo code for the upcoming arm intensive. So it will be fcbd.u promo code to give you the 10% discount on the full package. So if you're interested, just use this promo code and enjoy the big 3-month journey on the arms. And this is just the slow vocabulary, like 3 months for the slow vocabulary. And I'm working on the new intensive for the fast vocabulary. But here in this drill for the FCBDU, this 1 hour arm drill, I put the main things in from the slow and from the fast. So just check it out and see if you like this way of drilling and the methodology that I use. So if it's really close to you, so I'm welcoming you to continue going deeper into the arm work at the intensive. So
yeah. I love that. And thank you so much for the promo code. And I will post it in the comments. But then definitely everybody that has chimed in today gets the promo code. Like they get the scoop on that. I really enjoyed this arm drill class, and I totally get what you're saying, because it's so hard when you love something so much, like how you are so connected with the arms and the pathways and the different experiences, and you've studied arms for so long in tribal style, and then You have so much information to share, and then you're like, how do I put all of this in 1 hour? I understand completely. And we were talking about arms before we went live, and we were just, and I'm sure everybody that's joined, the ones that have chimed in that I can see, I know that you're our people as far as details and arms and stuff. You know, the arms say so much. That is what the audience really sees a lot of. I mean, yeah, of course, we're dancing with our hips and our torso and everything else and our smiles, but like the arms make the big movements. And so we're not only sharing our dance with the audience through our arms, but also, of course, communicating to our fellow dancers. But I think what a lot of people don't understand is that the arms, even just an arm sweep, can be and feel completely different depending on your intention, your musculature, like how you move through this space, and then tying that into the musicality of, is it a soft and flowy song? Is it a powerful song? Do there need to be quick dynamic arm changes? Like all of those, and being able to learn how to move your arms in those different ways so that you can turn those on and off when you need to for the musicality. I think that that's the kind of depth that I love, because like you said, like you could talk about arms and teach arms for 3 months and probably more, because that's just slow, right? So
Yeah.
this hour is definitely just like an appetizer, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read some of the comments. Nora says, I've been following Maria for a while. I'm so excited for what she's bringing to FCBDU. And then Natty is sending you, hi Natty. Natty's sending you little hearts, little smiley face with heart eyes. um, and so, yeah, really excited about the arm drill. So that is the class that's going to be released today, as soon as we are finished with our interview, which we'll wrap up here shortly, because I know we're gonna I'm going to hop over to Fat Chance Bellydance Facebook page and do another Facebook Live. But I do want to put a teaser out about the other class that is coming, because this one is she's already recorded it, she's already created it, it's already ready to go, and it's actually already loaded on FCBDU. It's just hidden, so it's not released yet. But one of the things that I've really loved about Maria, and Maria, I didn't know you yet, or who you were yet. And then when I saw and I started paying attention, I was like, oh, that's the same girl that's in these photos that I've saved for costume inspiration. So I actually have you on my Pinterest board, and I didn't even know all these years, because I just really, really love the way that you put your headdresses together and your costuming and the artistic aspects behind it. I mean, that's something that that's not a strength of mine, because we were so traditional in Devyani, between classic Fat Chance style, modern, and the more Indian influence, that we really didn't mix a lot of those elements or experiment in our costuming a lot. So I've loved watching yours and the way that you experiment and incorporate different things. So Maria has a headdress workshop that will be on FCBDU soon as well. So yay! And there were things I mean, I'm always learning, of course, like who's not in this style of dance, right? If you're not learning, if you've stopped learning, then you need to find more teachers. So I'm always learning, and I did learn, I won't give it away, but I did learn a lot in your headdress class, just even the preparatory part of that, and that's what I'll leave it at. So Ross says Maria's headdresses are fantastic. So I agree, Ross, I agree. So what other things are you up to, where people can find you? Maybe a little bit about your website and some of your other classes that you may have offered.
I'm preparing kind of a website, kind of a platform where I want to put all the recorded classes that I've had during the starting of the pandemic. It's like just a year and a half, right? So I taught a lot of workshops on the costuming drills, like a lot, and I want to share that with the people who missed the opportunity. So I'm working on the collection of that recorded workshops that you can watch later. And I think it will be launched in September, maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, a lot of projects really. What else? My upcoming online workshop will be also about the skirt as a prop. So it's
Oh,
just,
nice.
I haven't announced it yet. So it's just here, you know, that it will be the next workshop. You can check the dates later. And this is like what I love about the props. I like to use the skirt when I'm dancing, and I like to improvise with it. And I want to share also my perspective on this kind of prop.
Yeah.
Talking about the props, I like a lot of props. Swords, baskets, veils, fans. I've tried a lot and I performed with a lot of props before, so I have big experience. And I also have an intensive about the props. It's like 2 days intensive, but I do it not online, just
Mm.
live. Maybe in future. Or maybe some information, some parts of this intensive I will bring to like recorded classes or online. We'll see, because I also love this.
Yeah.
Love using the props, and I love challenges. I like choreography points in our improvisational format. So I like to challenge myself and students, the musicality things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything. There's so many aspects. I was drawing kind of, do you know what it's kind of like a flow chart, but a mind map where you just draw bubbles and then lines and like everything's
Yeah,
connected.
yeah.
And so I was drawing some for Fat Chance style, and it was like the physical aspect, which is the vocabulary, the techniques, the arms, the um all of these. And then I had more of like what I call the spiritual or like the subtle body aspect, which is like the breath, the energy, the intention, the connection, like those things. And then I had like a bubble of props and then a bubble of like culture. I had all these bubbles, but basically saying there's so many different aspects to each section of the things. You could just go down. We have a saying, going down the rabbit hole. You just keep going and going and going and learning more and more. The transition, this is actually, so people are saying, can you do a work? So we're talking about pots in the comments. Everybody's talking about pots because you did a pot. You used pot as a prop. So in the class that I'm currently teaching online, which is the transitions series, we get together on Sundays and just, it's a Q&A, but we just talk about everything. And last week we talked about props, and we were talking about different types of props that we've seen, and like silly props, like we said, like I told you, your toilet paper that rolls that you at the beginning of the pandemic, which was so cute. And then props that we all love or props that we haven't seen a lot of. And the subject of pots came up. I'm doing an archive project for the Fat Chance archive, and I have old photos of Carolena dancing with a pot on her head and a snake around her neck. And I don't think anybody has ever seen these things before. And I was wondering, like, where did the pots go? So I was talking to Carolina a little bit about it. And I just think that's a prop that we need to bring back, because you can zill with it, you can do everything. It really would tell your technique, right? If you try to shimmy, and then you put a pot on your head and you try to shimmy, you will know really fast what you need to work on.
Oh yeah, and at that picture that you've seen me dancing with the pot, these pots were made from glass.
Glass?
We were
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
Yes, we were balancing huge glass pots.
Oh my goodness.
No more.
That would
Yeah,
rely
so
definitely a really sturdy
we were
headdress.
very stressed about it.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So, and basically at my this prop in props intensive that is today's launch, where we cover different props, like fundamental things with each prop. So the pot is the one that all the students choose. When you finish
Uh-huh.
the intensive and you ask, what was the favorite? A pot. A pot. So yeah, we definitely need to bring the pots back,
Yes, let's bring the
but
pots back.
not from glass.
No. Let's do something more safe. Like, let's start with like a heavy plastic or resin or brass or something, but glass would
Yeah,
be
right.
so dangerous. Okay, so we have maybe like one more minute. If anybody has any questions, let us know in the comments. And if we don't get to them today because there's a little bit of a delay, then we can just definitely reply back. So yeah, everybody's talking about pots. We're ready for the pots. Oh, Maria, I'm so glad that you're here and you're part of the team. And of course, your class will be released like just as soon as I do this, I'll release it and share the link on our page. And we would love for everybody to tell us how you like it. Put your comments in the class. Ask your questions to Maria. I'll be forwarding all of the comments to her so she can look at them and chime in. And when you take her class, if you would really enjoy more from Maria, let us know, because that's how we plan who's going to teach which classes and what we want different instructors to offer. And we really just want the instructors to be able to showcase where their area of passion and expertise is. And so as you've heard Maria talk about her experience with arms and the beauty of the arms, and even doing a whole arm intensive for the next 3 months, you can rest assured that she's sharing her passion and the way that she has found the most benefit for her students. So I'm really grateful that you're sharing this with us here at FCBDU. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me, Maria. And I'll leave this interview up. So if you want to share it out, anybody wants to share it out, if you had a good time and you want more people to know about Maria and what all she's offering, please feel free to share. You're getting lots of hearts in the comments. So thank you so much, Maria, and we will be in touch. I will contact you soon. I'm going to jump off and go join Carolena and some of the FCCE instructors for the next Facebook Live. So everybody jump over there and follow us, have some fun. And yeah, and we'll see everybody soon. So thank you so much, Maria. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Everyone. Bye.
Bye.